Good evening and welcome to Barberton High School, home of the Barberton Magics, for Copley's first away game of varsity soccer. It's a beautiful night here in Barberton. Sun is setting behind us. Barberton's turf, while a little bit hard to see the lines, looks beautiful. And they are currently introducing starters for our Copley Indians. Barberton did have their senior night this evening to recognize those players that have been supporting the program for 4 years. Always nice to support those guys that put in so much time and effort.
Junior number 11, Isaac Pittman. Sophomore number 15, Anthony Warner. Freshman number 18, Matthew Licky. Sophomore number 20, Calvin Kunat. And rounding out the lineup for Copley, senior number 22, Jared Kirkus. And now for our Magics, led by head coach Scott Kelly, assisted by Skylar Schifferle. Senior number 3, Nick.
So for those that could not hear the announcer, tonight's starters for Copley: in goal, Enyo Hoxa. Defender, senior, number 2, Lucas Jones. Junior defender, number 3, Gavin Hill.
Senior number 12.
Junior midfielder, Nolan Majinski. Sophomore midfielder, number 7, Colin Link. Senior midfielder, number 9, Sam Harder. Junior defender, number 11, Isaac Pittman. Sophomore forward, number 15, Anthony Warner. Senior defender, number 17, Nick Carino. Freshman midfielder, number 18, Matthew Licky. Sophomore defender, number 20, Calvin Kunat. And senior forward, number 22, Jared Kirkus. Matthew Licky is filling in for an injured Grant Link.
Senior number 13, Nick Carlucci.
Captain tonight, Jared Kirkus. And of course, Copley's coached by David Antle. As head coach, Kyle Giositz assisting. Matt Parnell is the JVA coach. Johnny Grigson is the JVB coach. And you've got Michael Gerst, Jacob Diefendorf, and Grant Link as managers this evening. Our athletic director is Andy Jawan. Head trainer Mark Stefanik, Superintendent Brian Poe, Principal Eric Smith, and strength coach Jeff Rothstein. And we're going to be doing the national anthem. Looking northeast at the flag. Very nice tribute to our country. Now we'll take a look at Barberton starters for this evening. And I'm going to wait for them to enter the field. We didn't get a list of starters denoted, But I can tell you at least number 1 is Josh Gruber, who'll be starting as the keeper. He is a senior. And as they enter the field, I'll give you the rest of the starters. Number 3, Nick Antonucci is a defender, senior. Stephen Marble is a junior defender, number 12. Brian Kelly is a senior defender, number 9. Joe Berlin is a senior defender, number 16. Number 27 is not on my roster, but he's a midfielder. He's joined by number 22, Mitch Kelly, who's a senior midfielder. Up top, Trent Dorfler is a sophomore forward. He's joined by number 4, Malik Harris, who's a senior midfielder and forward. And out wide, looks like number 13, Nick Carlucci, is a senior midfielder forward. Also on the field, a senior, number 14, Milos Lonko, midfielder. For Copley, we've got most of our back line that we've seen for the first few games. You've got Lucas Jones, Isaac Pittman, Gavin Hill, and of course Calvin Kunat on the far side. He's on the east side of the field. We're standing on the west side of the field on the top of the bleachers. Much nicer here now than it will be in a couple months. Very pleasant out, mid-70s temperature-wise. Clear skies, slight breeze. Barberton starts with the ball, ending up having to punt it away. Pittman makes a play on it with a header. Now Lucas Jones battling with number 7, Trent Dorfler for Barberton. Whistle blows. Dorfler gets called for one as Lucas Jones hits the turf. It'll be a Copley free kick. And they're going south to north on the field in the first half. Lucas Jones to take it for Copley. Passes back to Pittman. He's going to send it square over to Gavin Hill. Gavin brings it forward. He finds Matthew Lickey on the far right side, who taps it back to Sam Harder. Now Lickey on the far right side, pressing, trying to get a cross in. He's well guarded by number 12, Stephen Marble. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a Copley throw. Kunat sends it in to Sam Harder. Sends it back to Kunat. And they're going to reset it back to Majensky. Over to Link. Oh, beautiful pass there from Caracas. Found Link, who was in the middle, kind of got tripped up a little bit there. And they're going to reset. Lucas Jones finds Link again. Link tries to go through to Caracas. It's well defended by 21, Ashton Fugit. Link sends a left-footed cross, and our keeper, or the keeper for Barberton, Josh Gruber, is able to corral it out of the air, and he'll punt it away. High punt. Both Barberton and Copley kind of thrown off by the steepness of that punt coming down at them. Ball tries to go over the top. Gavin Hill easily pulls it down with his right foot and sends it to a wide open Matthew Lickey on the far right side. The Barberton defense recovers. Majensky over to Jones. Jones back to Hill. That was Harder trying to find Caracas, who was trying to get it back to Harder. Ball is cleared long by Barberton. Hill taps it over to Pittman. Nice move by Pittman to get around Trent Dorfler. Back to Link, to Caracas, to Harder, through to Warner. Warner, a little bit of a heavy touch, he loses it. And the Barberton defensive line, number 3, Nick Antonucci, clears it. Warner to Link again, sets it off. Harder sets it off to Link, but again, a nice step by the Barberton defender, number 12, Stephen Marble. Caracas wrestles it back, sends it to a flying Harder. It gets tapped over the end line, corner kick, Copley. Colin Link will step out to the corner to take it. Gavin Hill will come forward a little bit. Jones shifts back, Kunat shifts back. Probably a good opportunity here for Copley before the sun sets. Light's about as good as it's going to get. Comes in, finds Caracas, who heads it down. He didn't have a lot of force on that header. The way he was being guarded by the Barberton defense, they had a body on him. Saved pretty easily by the keeper, Gruber, who punts it away, but Copley pretty quickly regains possession. And Harder brings it forward. Harder still with the ball. Carey tries to sneak through, and he's not able to get much on his shot, but we will count it as a shot with his right foot off the outside of the foot. Just not a lot of power on that one. Link again. Pretty good effort here by Milos Lanko, sending it forward. He gets it up to number 7, Trent Dorfler, who had a great run on that, and it was an even better save by the Copley keeper, Inyo Haxa, getting his first varsity start. He makes the save, but it will be a Barberton corner kick. Taking the kick for Barberton is Mitch Kelly. He's on the west side, looking away. Haxa with a great job coming out. Now Copley's got some numbers here and a lot of space. Warner brings it forward. He's trying to beat Brian Kelly. Pretty good defense. He finds Licky, tapped away, and Copley kind of slows it down. He gets it to Link. Jones. Copley's able to find some space here on the field tonight. Caracas looking for the cross. Holds it, and it's going to be well defended by the Barberton D. That was number 3, making a sliding attempt to punt it up the field a little bit, but it will be a Copley throw. Lucas Jones will take it down in the corner, northwest corner of the field. Another well defended ball by Malik Harris down in that corner. Malik, one of the seniors tonight for Barberton. Kunat lets one rip from distance. It's going to sail wide and high. Goal kick, Barberton. Pretty dominant possession in favor of Copley so far, but Barberton probably has the best opportunity at a goal with that through ball that was put through and well defended by our goalie, Inyo Haxa. Otherwise, the ball's really been down at the Copley offensive end of the field with lots of space. And here's number 4 for Barberton, Malik Harris, playing really well so far. Nice anticipation to jump ahead of that pass and quickly puts the ball into play. He was looking again for Trent Dorfler. And Haxa, Copley's keeper, able to come out pretty easily and pull that ball up. He's going to restart with Pittman on the near side. That time Link was looking for Caracas, was headed back towards Copley by the Barberton back line. Colin Link called for a foul. It'll be a free kick, Barberton. This is where Copley got into a little bit of trouble on Saturday. These long balls over the top from the midfield area. That one not threatening. Pittman over to Warner. Again, Malik Harris for Barberton. He seems to be everywhere. Gavin Hill, as he has been every game so far, right there for the Copley back line, keeping everything kind of in front of him and in control. Pittman's going to reset it with Hoxa. Gets that switch over. Now playing up Copley's right side of the field. Copley being pretty patient here. That was a little bit of a loose pass from Hill. Licky steps back to save it. Pittman with some room, bringing it forward. Pittman with some speed. Still going. Gets away from him a little bit. Malik Harris yet again there for Barberton. Licky now with a little bit of room. He was trying to sneak it through to a breaking Kunat, who had come up from the right defensive position, trying to make a run towards goal. Kunat finds Harder. Harder was looking for Nolan Majensky there, who had made a nice cut to the goal, but it was just a little bit too much on that pass, and it goes through to the keeper. Gruber punts another high one. Really hard time Copley's having judging these punts that go so high in the air and kind of come down at a steep angle like that. Majensky holding over to Kunat. He's got some room for a cross. Oof. Almost snuck over the outstretched hands of Gruber, the keeper for Barberton, but he's able to bring it down. If he had missed that, there's a chance it goes into the goal on its own. And if not, Anthony Warner was there for Copley to head that in. Malik Harris for Barberton, I keep saying his name. He makes another move, forces Copley to clear it out of bounds. Long throw. Pretty composed defense here from Copley. Calms everything down. It started with Gavin Hill's header over to Pittman. Turns it around to Jones. Karakis sending it through to Majensky, who is clear of every purple jersey. Not an angle for a shot. Oh, tried to get it back to Warner. Warner's there. There was a little bit of a crowd. I don't think he had good eyes on that ball. Bounces around and again punted away by Gruber for Barberton. Hill, header over to Licky. He was looking for Kunat, gets away from him a little bit. He'll track it down. Dorfler again, but he is really hoping for a long ball where he can use his speed, because otherwise he's a man on an island up there for Barberton up top. Lucas Jones pulls it back from Malik Harris. Hill again to Karakis, who was wide open, a little bit of a heavy touch. He works his way back to it. He'll reset it to Pittman. Pittman sends it over to Hill. Link to a sprinting Kunat in the far corner. Kunat's cross hits Warner right on the head, but I don't know if it got misdirected by that header or if it hit the Barberton player in the back of the head after the Warner head. But either way, nice cross. Warner there for Copley, just didn't get the finish that he wanted. And it'll be our first round of subs. You've got number 5, 8, and 11 coming on. 5 is Adam Jones, 8 is R.C. Sutton, and 11 is Easton Brown. 3 midfielders, 2 juniors, and a freshman. The freshman is R.C. Sutton, number 8. Warner steps through, is able to pick off a pass, gets it to Harder, who's bringing it forward with some pace. Number 9, Brian Kelly for Barberton, able to play that out of bounds and stop the threat for the moment. Lucas Jones to throw it in. Over to Karakis, but defended again by Malik Harris. Carrick is back to Gavin Hill. That's R.C. Sutton, the freshman, coming on for Barberton. He's putting a little pressure on the Copley defensive back line when the ball comes back to him. That's a little bit of a change from what they had that first 12 minutes or so. Back onto the field for Barberton is number 7, Trent Dorfler. He replaces 22, Mitch Kelly. That time, Caracas was looking for Link. And then it bounces back to Lucas Jones, carries it forward, does get a shot off, but blocked by the Barberton back line. Looked like Nick Antonucci, and then cleared out of bounds. It'll be a Copley throw. Pretty good idea. That time Lucas Jones found Matthew Lickey cutting through. He one touches it up and it just couldn't be controlled. Now back to Lickey in the middle. He's got lots of room. He's looking for Kunat, far corner. Kunat one touches his cross and it's deflected out of bounds. It'll be a Copley corner. I think it was Joe Berlin on defense for Barberton on that last play. Colin Link to take the kick for Copley. He puts in a low liner. A Barberton player gets his foot on it, and it's cleared back. Lickey chases it down, but it gets kicked out of bounds. It'll be a Barberton throw on the far side. A little bit of a misplay there from Kunat to Hill. Pass was a little bit light. And R.C. Kelly, who has just come on in the forward position for Barberton, put good pressure on. Gavin Hill is able to match his speed, chase him down, and get the ball back to Enyo Hoxa, who controls it and sends it back forward for Copley. And then an unfortunate handball. A little bit of a missed touch from Anthony Warner. It just popped up to his hand inadvertently. It'll be another free kick for Barberton from their own 46-yard line. Ball comes forward. Lickey, solid header away. Warner puts it up. He trying to find Majensky. There's too much on it. The keeper comes out, doesn't get a full foot on it. Lickey goes up again and comes down hard. Lickey hopefully is able to walk this one off, but he came down full force onto his side. Or no, that was Colin Link, I apologize. Colin Link, not Lickey, went up for that header. He gets kind of run under. Sam Harder will take the kick for Copley. Harder with a quick kick goes high through the uprights. All right, Ryan Stramberg onto the field for, Ben Stramberg onto the field for Copley, along with, my eyes are not good enough, Jack Matthey also on. He'll be in the two forward positions for both of those subs. ref making kind of a interesting call, and I think he's not pleased with some of the comments from the sideline, so he's changing call and giving a little bit of a warning to the Barberton sideline. I think what the coaches are upset about is they had possession, but were also screaming for a foul, so the ref, in reaction to that, called the foul kind of after the fact, which took away advantage. Either way, Barberton now has the ball. Matthew come just onto the field, is able to win the ball away, chases it down, pressures it, and the ball stays with Copley possession at the Barberton end of the field. Oh, really nice heel flick from Colin Link, looking for Harder. Back from Matthew to Link, who gets it across, but nobody home for Copley. It'll go out of bounds. Barberton throw. With 21 minutes left in the first half, it's Barberton Magic 0, Copley Indians 0. I apologize again for misstating Ben Strandberg's name. I was thinking Ryan Stransky from last year, but this is Ben Strandberg from this year. Ball hasn't touched the ground until that touch. There was about 6 touches in the row with the ball staying in the air. R.C. Kelly working hard for Barberton up top, pressuring the ball. Harder comes back for Copley, over to Caracas. Caracas forward, nobody's in front of him. He tries to get it through to Matthew. It bounces around. Cowan was close to it but couldn't get there. Pittman brings it forward, launches it, and just misses. He was about 35 yards from the goal, and that ball sailed about 6 inches high. Goal kick, Barberton. Another substitution for Copley. Cam Rubino comes on in that center stopper midfielder position. He gives Matthew Lickey a break. Barberton puts the ball back into play. Kunat over to Matthew. Tries to find him back to Matthew, but comes back to Rubino. Cam Rubino takes it away, finds Caracas, who was trying to get that over to Matthew, but just mishit it a little bit. Matthew tries to make up for it, tracks it down, but gets called for the foul from behind. Free kick, Barberton. Solid clear there by Barberton's back line. Ben Strandberg crushing. Here comes Malik Harris. Jones comes back. Now it's Hill and Jones on Malik Harris. Gavin Hill able to clear it, but he finds the foot of a Barberton player, Noah Guerrero. Cam Rubino finds Harder. Harder weaving through the Barberton Magics, creates some space for himself. He's got quite a few options, Lucas Jones being one of them, who gets it back to Harder, who is trying to get it over to Link, and it's just not enough on that one. Comes back out from the Barberton defense to Rubino. And then again, number 4, Malik Harris for Barberton with another play to touch it back out. And we got more subs again. This time we have Nick Carino onto the field for Copley, number 17. And of course, number 21, Caleb Scott. Carino looks to be playing the midfield position. Caleb Scott, center forward. Carino into Rubino. Caracas with a long shot. It was hit well, but sails wide right. Goal kick Barberton. Header comes out. Jack Matthey probably selecting to be sensible over brave and sneaks a hand up there to protect his head. The ball comes all the way over to Gavin Hill on the back line for Copley, who picks it up, moves it forward. Rubino now with some time, pulls it forward, finds Caleb Scott running onto it. A little bit of a heavy touch. It gets defended by Barberton, but sent out of bounds. And throw in by Parker Olin, who also has come onto the field, and I missed him when he entered. Parker Olin playing that right defensive position. Under 15 minutes to go in the first half. Matthey over to Caracas. Matthey brings it in, gets a shot off, and it just gets directly into the side netting of the goal. So not too far off. Nice run. Nice passes there. Goal kick Barberton. Back onto the field for Barberton, Adam Jones into that midfield position. Pittman there defensively for Copley. He was getting aggressively defended by Adam Jones as he tried to bring the ball forward, and the ref didn't like that. Whistle blows, foul. Gavin Hill plays it quickly into Harder, who sends it long for Stramberg, and he just can't get it onto his foot. Gruber picks it up for Barberton, and another high punt, which have proved difficult for the Copley guys to pick up out of the lights. And Pittman brings it forward. Stramberg on his foot, being harassed by 3 Barberton Magic players. The ref blows a whistle. It's going to be a free kick Copley. Now this is a dangerous situation for Barberton. Harder quick to set it up. He puts in a lofted pass. Gruber does well to come out and grab that one at its highest point. There were 3 Copley jerseys in there in the vicinity. Gruber's hands went higher than any of their heads. He wins that matchup. Olin with a confident stop on the defensive end. Plays it right back up, but that ball rolls off the ed line. It'll be another goal kick for Barberton. The freshman for Magics, R.C. Sutton back onto the field. He was pretty effective his last time out. Has some pretty good speed, did a nice job pressuring the Copley defense. Now it looks like he'll be playing maybe a little further back, midfield position. Now he's moving up forward. He's on Parker Olin, so Parker's going to have to deal with him. Parker's also got good speed for Copley, so speed won't be an issue. Caracas brings it forward. 16 for Barberton. Joe Berlin steps up very nicely in that instance as Jared brought it forward. And Jared didn't like it, so he just went and won it back. Gets it over to Rubino, who gets it to Matthew. Matthew brings it forward, still has it. Ooh, and a very hard takedown. Depends where the ref sees where this is. It was close to that box. It looks like he's going to say it's outside the box, right on the line. So it'll be a free kick, Copley. Harder quickly sets it up again. He must see something. He taps it to Caracas. After all that, Caracas rips a worm burner. It gets deflected off a Barberton foot, and Gruber picks it up again. He throws this one out. R.C. Sutton was his intended target, but it quickly goes back to Copley possession. Olin over to Matthew. Caracas again. Matthew working that right side. A cross comes in again from his right foot. Gruber picks that one up. That was the biggest punt from Gruber tonight. Hill misjudged it, goes off his head. Over to Pittman. And now Copley doing a nice job matriculating this ball up the field. Went from Strandberg. Oh, just misses. Strandberg showing his speed. It'll be a Copley throw. Caleb Scott had a really nice idea there, and his touch was just off. If he had completed that initial pass, that would have been beautiful. Either way, Copley retains possession. The throwing goes towards Caleb Scott. Barberton gets ahead on it. It'll be another free kick, Copley, because of a handball. Harder again quickly. Sets it up. This time he's taking a little more time. He wants that wall move back, puts the ball into play, curves it in towards goal. It was on frame, but not with a ton of pace. So Gruber collects that one and punts it again. He was looking for R.C. Sutton. Olin was there. Now Olin's got to get on his horse. Now you can see Olin's speed as he gets back into position after moving up forward on offense. Barberton with not a lot of help up here on the offensive end. It's about 7-2. 7 versus 2. Copley retains possession. And they're going to be patient with it. Parker Olin, a little give and go with Matthew, who finally gets to Caracas. He's got some room. He gets a shot off, and he drills number 9, Brian Kelly. That probably didn't feel good. It careens over the end line. It'll be a Copley corner with 8 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first half. This time Harder goes out to take the kick for Copley. Ball comes in, deflected out by Malik Harris. Another corner kick for Copley. Harder again into play. This time he puts it over the top. well played ball, headed out of bounds over the end line by Barberton. It'll be another corner kick for Copley. Third time's the charm. That's what you're hoping if you're a Copley fan. This time he plays it back to Rubino. Rubino gets it through. Nobody home for Copley, but there was somebody home for Barberton, so they clear it out and they get it to Gavin Hill, who puts it through the uprights from about the 30-yard line. Back onto the field for Barberton, Easton Brown, junior midfielder. Ref blows his whistle again. Another free kick, Copley, this time from the 35-yard line. Again, Harder quick to place it. He chips it over the top. He was trying to find big Nick Carino. Defended well by Barberton. Ball goes out of bounds. Onto the field for Copley, number 4, Charlie Madden. He's going to relieve Ben Stramberg. Matthew will go to the near side, the left offensive forward position. Madden goes up to the right forward position. Carino takes the throw for Copley. That one kind of slipped out of his hands, so easily headed away by the Barberton D. Tried to find Rubino. And they're just going to clear it. Gavin Hill there for Copley. Over to Rubino. He's got plenty of time. Tackle from behind. And that one's not going to be pretty for Barberton. The ref is going into his pocket. Another free kick. It's a yellow card. Number 5, Adam Jones, for tackling from behind. He's replaced by number 27 for Barberton. This time Gavin Hill's got the ball set up for his free kick. He's got white jersey spread all over the 5-yard line. All practicing social distancing. Now, if few make their moves, the ball comes in. Malik Harris again there for Barberton. He heads it away. Matthew protects it as it rolls out of bounds. Matthew restarts to Carino. Matthew brings it forward, defended by Barberton. Off the end line will be a corner. Oh, I apologize. I thought it was a corner. They called it a goal kick. We are at the 4-minute and 30-second mark of the first half. Enyo Hoxa had a couple exciting moments towards the beginning of the first half, but been pretty quiet back there for him recently. A lot of importance placed on the defense for Barberton. Parker Olin with a nice step. He crosses a big cross. Matthew there battling with Brian Kelly, and they're going to call another goal kick. Barberton. Charlie Madden encouraging his teammates to win the ball out of the air. And there we go. Rubino got his foot on it. Hopefully didn't pull a muscle. That was a big stretch. Throw in Barberton. And then tapped forward, but nobody home for Barberton. Copley's resetting possession as we near the 3-minute mark in the first half. Carino looking for Rubino. Madden with some inspired A lot of yelling between watching the game and trying to figure out what I got to say. I'm not sure what everyone's yelling about. Bottom line, it gets over to Matthew, who turns it, tries to get a shot off. Defender there for Barberton. Oh, strong defensive play there by Nick Antonucci, who brings it forward. He's got 2 Barberton Magic up here. Olin there for Copley puts it way forward, but it's going to sail out of bounds. It'll be a Barberton throw, and we are nearing the 2-minute mark in the first half. Aside from the fact our team hasn't scored a goal yet, it's a beautiful night. Couldn't ask for much more. Oh, and there was a foul called, so instead of a throw-in, it's a restart. Gavin Hill gets it to Harder barely. That was a little bit of a missed pass by Gavin Hill. We don't typically see that from him. Jared playing with it in the middle. Over to Rubino. Rubino with a shot. And it goes in! Rubino from the 25-yard line finds the upper right-hand corner. Barberton's goalie with a valiant attempt at it. That's Gruber. But it was just so perfectly placed he couldn't get to it. So Cam Rubino, first varsity minutes this year, I believe, with a beautiful goal to get Copley on the board with 1:38 left in the first half. Some nice positive momentum for Copley as they go into the second half. Some Barberton fans driving by, giving us a honk. Copley content to kind of set it up back here, but there's only a minute left in the half. We got to hopefully get even more positive momentum to close out the half. The announcer announces the 1-minute mark as Copley passes it out of bounds and loses possession. And then immediately Barberton puts one over the top, looking for Trent Dorfler, who was the person that threatened in the first half. Copley builds again from the back. Rubino. Ref stops play with 25 seconds left due to a man down. I think it's Cam Rubino. Yeah, number 8, Cam Rubino is the player down. Maybe he got like a knee to his hip or side, kidney area, but he was not feeling good. So Copley will get a restart with 25 seconds left in the half. Copley 1, Barberton 0. Beautiful sunset behind us to the west, pink skies, lots of green foliage. Not a cloud near us. Rubino's up and walking. Good sign. And he's going to make his way off the field. It looks like he can barely make it off the field at this point. I think the coaches thought he was in better condition than he is. Corey Arp enters the field to replace him. And there he picks up the pace a little bit. He's working out some definite pain. And as you can see, while we have a stoppage in play, we're giving you a view up to the west of us here from the top of Barberton Magic Stadium. So those of you on the west coast that may be watching and it hasn't sunset yet, you've got an early sunset to brighten your evening. 20 seconds left. Copley might as well put one more in. Oh, Carino almost found Madden. I got to tell you, that was a nice play by the Barberton keeper, Gruber, to come out on that. Madden was coming with a full head of steam, and if Gruber does not come out, I think Madden gets there. So, end of the first half. Copley 1, Barberton 0. Barberton with a really good opportunity early in the first half, but then pretty much sat back on defense for the majority of the first half. Copley with lots of activity on the offensive side of the field, but really couldn't finish. So Copley will look to finish more strongly in the second half, and we'll look forward to watching. And welcome back. We are at Barberton High School for Copley's 4th game of the season against the Barberton Magic on a beautiful night here in Northeast Ohio. After the first half, the score, Copley 1, Barberton 0. Lots of possession by Copley in the first half. Barberton's defense stacked up and played really well. The only goal in the first half off the foot of Cam Rubino from about 30 yards out. So with all the possession and opportunities Copley was trying to create, the finish that made it to the back of the net was from distance. Copley will start with the ball in the second half. Colin Link to play it in for Copley. Colin's older brother Grant, typically on the field for Copley as a stalwart on the back line, injured and having the night off. He's replaced by Matthew Lickey, freshman, number 18, and immediately the Copley gets played up to Majensky, but cleared away by Barberton's back line. And number 4, Malik Harris, is a name I've been calling a lot this game so far. He plays left back for Barberton. He was there again, but that ball sails over the head of his teammate, and it will be a Copley throw. Lucas Jones getting some instruction there from the sideline judge. He puts it forward to Anthony Warner, but the ball goes out off of Anthony's foot, and it'll be a Barberton throw. Probably not the inspiring start Copley was looking for here, but still 39 minutes left in the second half, so we'll look forward to them picking up the pace. Barberton trying to get it to number 7, Trent Dorfler. Trent Dorfler had probably the most dangerous play of the first half from either team on a through ball that got over the head of a Copley defender and required a really nice save by goalie Enyo Haxa, freshman, earning his first start for Copley. Diving save, was able to touch it out of bounds and ended up with a Barberton corner kick. But here comes Copley again. Colin Link showing his strength, battling number 22, who ends up getting whistled, and it's going to be another yellow card for Barberton. 22 is Mitch Kelly. He'll have to leave the field, and they'll be able to replace him, but I don't see anybody coming onto the field yet. Colin was taken out, had his legs taken out from behind, which is why the card was given. Gavin Hill gives up the free kick for, oh, we thought it was a kick. It is a throw. Kunat finds Link, who tries to get it to Majensky. Cleared by Antonucci over his head. Here comes Malik Harris again. There's a nice steal from Lickey to Link to Harder. Lots of space now for Copley. He had Jones looping around, did Caracas, but misses him. Lickey tries to get it over to Kunat. Brian Kelly there to defend it for Barberton. The ball's now all the way down to Copley keeper. Enyo hawks it with a nice touch. He had Dorfler coming on with speed. Could have been a dangerous play. Not a dangerous play as an illegal, but threatening play from Barberton if Enyo had not handled that well, and he did. Barberton puts another one over the top. Dorfler just hanging out down there, and they're going to blow the whistle for offsides. Barberton fans don't like that call. That's the danger of those long balls if you've got somebody working really hard on the offensive end. Sometimes if you've got a little bit of kickball going on, they don't get back in time. That's what happened to Dorfler there. Gavin Hill puts it in play to Harder. Copley content to really build from the back, try and retain possession. In this case, it's Lickey. He looks wide to Warner up the far side. Copley now going north to south towards the south end of the field. Throw-in goes to Caracas, who rips one. He got a good foot on that one, but it goes wide left. It'll be a goal kick, Barberton. Back to take the kick for Barberton, Marble. Dorfler first to the ball, but touches it back to Harder for Copley, who puts it over, and they're looking for Majensky, but just can't corral it. Another Barberton goal kick. Majensky defended on the play by Brian Kelly, number 9. Goal kick finds Matthew Lickey's head, who heads it straight up into the stands. Luckily, with everyone social distancing, no threat to a fan on that header. Malik Harris showing his hops. He's jumping over the top of Enyo Hoxa with a really composed play back at keeper for his first start at goalie. Judged those forwards that were sprinting onto him and knew that the ball was going to get there in time. Didn't panic, didn't just boot it, collects it, and is able to play a nice rolling pass out to a teammate. They put the ball forward, it gets away on the offensive end, but not anything to do with how Enyo played that. Lucas Jones showing his speed, far side, nobody near. He's going to have time for a good cross. He finds Caracas and it goes off Caracas' foot. I think Caracas was so surprised that the ball had already come into him. It was a nice ball right to his foot. Now it's Colin Link working that left side. Nice footwork back to Caracas again, and you can tell Barberton is stacking the box. Kunat now coming up. Oh, he puts the cross in. It's headed out again. Gavin Hill again there on the back line for Copley. No threat. Oh, but he misplays it. He was looking for Lucas Jones. Lucas Jones hadn't started running yet, and the ball goes out of bounds for a Barberton throw. All right, here comes Lickey. He didn't see him. I think Lickey had a wide open Anthony Warner to his left, just missed. Gavin Hill still back there for Copley, but Dorfler threatening. So Gavin's got to just play it out of bounds. Onto the field is the speedy freshman, R.C. Sutton, number 8 for Barberton. Lickey was looking for Majensky on the right side here. Majensky comes to that one, steals over to Harder. Harder's going to control it. Finds Caracas. Caracas does a good job to come and meet that pass. Barberton doing a good job at working hard and getting those balls. Caracas's pass goes through, but too much on it. Majensky can't get there. And Gruber picks it up for Barberton, and he sends a punt away, another high one. I think the ref gave that kick to Copley because of some pushing and shoving on the punt from the keeper. Colin Link, far side from us, left side, trying to weave his way through the Barberton defense. They play it well, clear it out of bounds. It'll be a Copley throw. Quickly into Jones, heavy touch, loses it, and Barberton's going to get the clear. It'll be another Copley throw, but pretty quickly eliminating the threat is the Barberton defense. And then that cross gets away from Caracas. Malik Harris again for Barberton, who's been busy all night, and he sends a long one up to number 8, R.C. Sutton. Goes out of bounds, Copley throw. Okay, Copley bringing it forward again. That pass gets away from Caracas. He was looking for harder. Back out to Kunat. Harris again. Lots of pressure from number 4 for Barberton. Oh, nice footwork there by Licky to get a turn. The Barberton defender, Brian Kelly, comes across to clear it. Kunat goes up to take the throw. Pretty long throw. He was looking for Link coming across the middle. Antonucci there for Barberton. He clears it, but it will be another Copley throw here on the near side. Kunat again. Into Licky quickly. Barberton's got 9 guys back, 1 guy up. There goes the cross. Oh, beautiful cross from Kunat, looking for Warner. Warner jumps but can't get his head up to it. Number 11 comes on. Number 11 comes on for the Magic, Easton Brown. Antonucci to play it in for Barberton from the goal kick area. Barberton moving the ball up the field. R.C. Sutton against Lucas Jones. Speed versus speed. Good defense by Jones, but they're going to give it to Barberton for a throw. And this might work out to be good for Copley if they can get a little bit of a counterattack. It's hard to get a counterattack when there's so many guys back on defense for Barberton. But if they can let him bring the ball forward a little bit, maybe you draw some of those Barberton players up. This time it's Noah Majensky over the top looking for Kunat. Kunat battling 2 Barberton defenders, a combination of Antonucci and Kelly. Back to Link, back to Link. Oh, Link had it on his left foot, does get the shot off. It was spinning, and it will be called a corner for Copley. As a little bit of fog or smoke kind of comes into the stadium. I can't tell you enough what a beautiful night it is here. And that is smoke, definitely, from tires, I would imagine, based on the smell. So somebody was burning out nearby. Popular summer pastime. A little bit of street racing. Oh, beautiful ball. Oh, shoot. Great ball from Colin Link to Warner. Warner gets a left foot on it, but hits it high and over the crossbar. And it looks like Warner will now be replaced by Smargesso, number 5 for Copley. He's onto the field for the first time tonight. Big goal kick from Antonucci. Pittman immediately gets a touch on it and over to Smargesso, so he's in the action quickly upon entering the field. That'll be a good matchup. Smargesso is a fast physical player, and the freshman Sutton also a speedy and aggressive player. Link picks the pocket of the Barberton midfielder there. He brings it forward. Link rips it with his right foot on the ground. It goes wide, but it touched a Barberton defender on the way through, and so it'll be another Copley corner. Colin Link going to take the corner for Copley. One of the things I miss the most about not having as many fans in the stands and so forth is all the spirited students from Copley High School. Last year that group of students was led by Clark Evans, who always did a nice job. And unfortunately we don't have that luxury this year. So I'm sure students will appreciate that more in future years, having gone through this. Licky battling, but he's going to get whistled for a little bit of push in the back. Malik Harris quickly puts the ball into play. It's a long ball, but it's going to go all the way to Enyo Hoxa in goal for Copley, easily pulled in. And then he's going to send it out to Smargesso, brings it down with his chest, tried to get it forward to Link, but it was intercepted by Berlin, who brings it forward and out of bounds. Copley throw. Lucas Jones to Caracas. Caracas, all the time in the world. Copley really does have some time to set up some plays here if they can just keep possession. And there they're constructing. Link taken down from behind by Malik Harris, but oh, the whistle comes late. Lots of discussion down there. And I guess it's a foul on Copley. Not sure what happened there. I didn't see it. Bottom line was Barberton gets possession and then turn it quickly over to Copley. Harder brings it forward for Copley, over to Link. Link with space again, gets a shot off, again off a Barberton defender. So Barberton defense really has been there for every shot that Copley's been trying to take. There's been no clean shots. This time Harder is setting it up quickly. He plays it into Link quickly. Link pulls it forward across the middle. Malik Harris again for Barberton, deflects that one out. Another shot by Caracas, deflected by the Barberton defense. Over to Harder. Harder with a rip and a goal. Sam Harder, not Christian Harder, that's his older brother, with a rip on the ground, away from the keeper, near post to his side. And that'll be a second goal for Copley, a much needed goal. So with 23 minutes left in the second half of the match, it's Copley 2, Barberton 0. Goals from Sam Harder and Cameron Rubino. I'd say both of those goals are pretty quality. I mean, Cam's was from distance. That one from Harder had a lot of pace on it, and it was well placed. So that was definitely a quality goal. They've had to work hard for it. Barberton doing a nice job on defense, forcing Copley to really work for every shot and every touch inside of the 25-yard line. Not to mention inside the 18. So, oh, it's a heavy touch from Majensky. He tried to find Kunat, but he's just not going to get there in time.
Match goal kick.
Goal kick sent on its way. First to get there is Matthew Licky for Copley, who directs it to Majensky, but it is mistouched out of bounds due to the pressure from Brian Kelly on the Barberton D-line. He touches the ensuing throw-in, or gets the ensuing throw-in over to Antonucci, but he clears it mistakenly out of bounds. Onto the field for Copley, you've got Corey Arp, number 14, and Charlie Madden, number 4. Corey Arp in at the right defensive back position. Charlie Madden at the right forward position. Corey Arp takes the throw. Into Harder, controls it, goes to the ball, changes direction. Malik Harris on his back the whole time. Oh, Arp tried to touch it to Charlie. Madden, a little miscommunication. 21 minutes left in the match. Copley 2, Barberton 0. Substitution for Barberton, number 13, Nick Carlucci. And Barberton to take the kick. Goal kick away. Harder again brings it down for Copley. So Copley winning a majority of these balls in the air. Link tried to touch it to Karakis. Mistouch gets cleared out by the Barberton Magic. Ball played into Smargesso. Cleared again by the Barberton Magic. Lucas Jones to throw. Into Link. Oh, Link finds Harder with a spin move. Harder's wide open, and another goal for Sam Harder. That started with a beautiful pass from Link, and then Harder does a great job to spin that pass around into space, and by that time he was behind the Barberton defender, and it was just he and the goalie. Wide open goal from about 5 yards, and he puts it on the far side post away from the keeper. No chance for the keeper to get to that ball. So now it is Copley 3, Barberton 0. Second half, Copley picking up the pace a little bit after a little bit of a slow first half. Malik Harris for Barberton. He's going to bring it forward. That ball from 13, Carlucci, goes forward. Hill there. Madden wins that for Copley. Over to Harder, heels it to Licky, who's coming on with full speed. He's going to get it through to Smargesso. Smargesso now one-on-one. Oh, Smargesso. Oh, Smargesso was able to cut it back somehow around the defender, gets the shot off, and it somehow is saved by Gruber. And I didn't have a great view of that one from up here, but oh my gosh, it was either incredible defense or a more incredible save. But either way, nice job there by the Barberton back line, because that was an awesome opportunity for Copley. It'll be a kick for Barberton. And that was so much action in a short amount of time. I don't remember who had the through ball, but whoever it was, that was a beautiful through ball to Smargesso. Long ball forward on that free kick. Ooh, almost a dangerous touch. Lucas Jones corralling Sutton on that far side, forces the pass and then the subsequent clearance because of all that pressure. He'll have the throw in. Safely back to Pittman. Copley's back line through all these first games have really been solid. That touch was over to Licky. Licky turns it up. Licky bringing it forward. He's going to have Madden. Madden up the near side. He's going to get around. Antonucci gets the cross in. Oh, what a save by the keeper. That was a great shot by Link off of the great pass by Madden, who had beaten Antonucci around the corner with speed. And somehow that's going to be a goal kick. I'm not sure what happened there. Not only confusion up here at the top of the press box, there's confusion on the fields. I think everybody on the field thought that was a corner kick because the shot did deflect off a defender from what I could see. But anyway, Barberton goal kick. 17 minutes left in the match. Copley 3, Barberton 0. Caracas gets the ball to Madden, who gets a kind of a half-hearted shot off. He was tripped a little bit on his way through. Gets a foot on it, but it goes wide right. Goal kick again to Barberton. Goal kick into a sea of white jerseys. Nobody home for Barberton on that goal kick, that's how they're playing the game. That's part of their strategy tonight. Play really solid defense, and for the most part it has worked. Madden plays it back to Pittman. Over to Smargesso. Smargesso showing good strength, but a little bit of a heavy touch gets away from him. Copley to reset again. It's Pittman. And now Barberton with a little bit of momentum, bringing it forward. Arp there for Copley. He's getting hassled by Malik Harris, and it'll be a substitution, number 27 again for the Magics. We don't have a name on him. He's replacing number 11, Easton Brown. And then number 8 also coming off, R.C. Sutton. I didn't see who went in for him. Maybe number 5, Adam Jones. Copley bringing it forward again. Patience. Okay, here the ball goes through. Now you're going to see Smargesso's speed up that far side. He's going to pressure the ball. He's got the ball. He steals it, keeps it in play. 2 Barberton defenders over there to stop that pressure. It'll be a Copley throw, but I think the speed favors Copley here at the top from their forward positions based on the current lineup. Here comes Jones. He'll suck it back. Caracas. Caracas with a long ball looking for Madden. Madden's got to chase it down, try and keep it in bounds. Oh! Looked like he kept it in bounds, but they're going to call it a goal kick. He did a nice job to get a foot on it and bring it back to Arp. Caracas with a really long ball. Goal kick this time. Jones running onto it. Misses, but Licky there to pick it up. Oh, beautiful heel flick. And, oh, geez. It'll end up being a corner kick for Copley, but a beautiful flick from Link to Smargesso, whose first touch was just a little bit strong. It was going to be easily saved by the keeper, but Barberton defender comes in, preferring to be overly cautious and clears it off the end line. So it ends up being a corner. Link takes it, puts it into play, headed out by the Barberton back line, number 12. Arp puts it in. Oh, dangerous shot from Arp from distance, half volley. Gruber, the keeper for Barberton, is able to punch that over the top of the line. Copley quickly puts it into play. It's to Harder. That one's off a Barberton defender, and they're going to say that Smargesso fouled him from behind, so it'll be a Barberton kick. Harder been really quick to do these restarts tonight, so he must be seeing something down there that he thinks he can catch somebody off guard. Almost every restart for Copley, Harder's been all over it. And he has 2 goals tonight, so something's working for him. Marble puts it into play. Again, there's just so many defenders back for Barberton. There's nobody up there for any of the goal kicks. Madden and Caracas have switched positions. Madden goes over to kind of a left midfield position. Now he's got his foot on it. Bringing it with speed, loses control of it. Cleared by the Barberton defense, recollected by the Copley defense, and now pushed forward again. Now Caracas near side. Defender comes up hard. Caracas saw him coming. He's able to pull it around, rips a shot. Oh, nobody there for Copley. Good save by Gruber. Oh, it's a soft touch over the top.
That's your goal kick.
It'll be a goal kick. Barberton, our line judge, I think communicating with one of the Barberton players who might be injured.
Substitution for Barberton.
And then there's about 12 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the match. Another substitution for Barberton. Milos Lanko comes on. He replaces 22 Mitch Kelly. Ball collected by Arp. Long goal kick. Copley moving the ball crisply around the back line. Pittman gets it up to Madden. Madden gets it up to that left forward, which is Link. Well defended by Barberton. Link comes back to it, tries to get the turn. Again, number 4, Malik Harris for Barberton. Battling, now Madden and Link working together. Now Link gets away. He's got a few guys. Oh! He was looking for Madden, who was wide open right on the 18. And it was number 14 for Barberton, Milos Lanko, that got in the way of that.
Another Barberton throw.
Miss hit by Hill, but it's going to be fine. Karakas brings it in. Back to Hill. Milos Lanko meets Licky head on. Chased by Madden. Jones steps up. I mean, too much pressure from the Copley team. Oh, that one's away from Jones, past Madden's foot. Pittman there defending. Madden back to help. Just so much pressure from the Copley defense. Barberton can't get the ball forward. Lucas Jones does a nice job to keep that ball into play. Back to Lucas. He and Licky playing a little pass, backyard pass. Harder with a heel kick over to Hill, to Arp. Arp finds Karakas. Karakas tries to go through to Harder, but it's too much. Harder wasn't ready for that one. He apologizes. I think Jared's okay with it, and the punt is put back into play. Brown, over the head kick. Good hustle by Licky to get there first for Copley. What's he gonna do here? Oh, he gets around with a beautiful cross. Madden gets a shot. It's deflected off the, oh my gosh. Lucky for Barberton there. Madden gets a shot. It's deflected off the Barberton defender, collected by Link, who tries to put it back in the middle, and the Barberton defender clears it, but really close to that near side post. Lucky not to be deflected in by accident. Now it'll be a corner. It's Link, ball into play. It's over. Number 27 for Barberton clears it. Licky collects it, and he's gonna rip. And he hits it right off the butt of number 27, and that probably did not feel good. Now, Barberton with a little bit of a counterattack, but plenty of time for Copley. Brown chasing it down. Enyo Hawk says he has all game, very calm and collected back there in the goal. Ball comes up. Karakas tries a little heel flick. There we go. Okay. Oh, Smargesso with a smart look to Karakas. Cleared. 8 minutes left in the match. 3 Copley, 0 for Barberton. Karakas, ball in. Looking for Madden. He had his position. Ball deflected away. Over to Jones, working with Malik Harris over there. That's been a good battle all game. Malik Harris has been really strong for Barberton. And we got some subs coming on. I believe it's number 7, Trent Dorfler, back onto the field for Barberton, and Mitch Kelly onto the field for Barberton. And the throw-in comes. There's Licky over to Link, who tried to sneak it through off of his head to Smargesso. Dorfler, that's the first time Enyo's had to come out and just boot one. And he booted it down to a host of white jerseys. Caracas corrals it, but Barberton retains possession. It's Malik Harris again. Now he's working against Harder. Smargesso, Link with a nice touch. Smargesso recovers for Copley, and well done. Now Smargesso across to Caracas, who is wide open. He's at the 18. He rips it. Defended again by a flying Barberton defender and their rear end. That was Brian Kelly in good position. Corey Arp lets one go from the 30, wide left, not the most dangerous. Smargesso is going to be replaced by Ben Stramberg at that left forward position. It'll be a goal kick Barberton. Gruber takes it, and it goes right to Harder for Copley, who gets it over to Link. We've got a host of white jerseys. Link lets one go, but who's there for Copley? Harder's onto it. It was saved initially by Gruber. Oh boy, that was an aggressive tackle in the box. It'll be a penalty kick for Copley. Harder with a heads-up play to get onto that ball quickly after Gruber, the keeper for Barberton, deflected the shot from Link. It looks like Link will step up to take the penalty kick. Unfortunate there for Barberton, but you know, the credit goes to Sam Harder, who was quick to react and be on top of that ball before anybody else could get there. So not a lot of choice. That shot is in. Colin Link for Copley. Goal number 4. It is now 4 goals for Copley, 0 goals for Barberton. 6 minutes left here in the match. Beautiful Tuesday evening in Northeast Ohio. Sun has fully set. I'm guessing it's still mid-70s, no wind, and I'm not sure if anybody would rather be anywhere else to enjoy a sporting event here in the midst of COVID-19 and all the things we haven't been able to do. It's nice to be here to watch a good match between Copley and Barberton. Barberton played really strong in the first half, shut down defense, only giving up 1 long-distance goal towards the end of the first half from Cameron Rubino. Since then, Copley's been a little more aggressive. 2 really nice goals from Sam Harder, and now a penalty goal from Colin Link, who just put a through ball to Caracas, and Caracas was running through in great position, and the ball just, maybe it had a spin on it, just he missed the trap, and so goes away, and then defended well by the Barberton defender Brian Kelly. Now the ball comes back to Barberton. They throw it in. Can't find anybody. Gavin Hill finds Madden over to Link. Little confusion there. Stramberg's on it. He's got it back to Harder. Over to Link. Over to Harder. Oh, he tries to chip it over the top to Stramberg. It bounces in. Collected by Gruber. We are under the 5-minute mark. 4 minutes and 38 seconds left in the game. Copley 4, Barberton 0. Madden touches it to Licky. Licky bringing it forward. A lot of room. He finds Caracas. Caracas around the first defender, around the second defender. Can't get it across or to the goal, and they're going to call goal kick. I thought maybe a defender tapped that out of bounds. They're going to say no. So Barberton goal kick. Ball is away, off the chest of Licky. Madden bringing it forward. He is over to Link. Link with some nice moves. Taken down from behind, is from what I can tell. I don't hear what call was made other than goal kick, and that's it. Goal kick. Referee thought it was a fair play. Barberton sends it away. Antonucci. This time he finds Dorfler. That's the first goal kick that's found a Barberton jersey in a little bit. And that's Dorfler who had the most dangerous play against the Copley defense in the first half. Corey Arp tracks it down nicely, turns, finds Licky. Licky over to Madden. Madden's got a bunch of options, puts it back to Licky, who's made good progress. Licky with a nice through ball. Oh, Madden just missed that ball coming out. I think he thought he had somebody behind him. And there's Malik Harris, who's been there all night for Barberton. For Barberton, Malik Harris, I think, gets my Man of the Match award. We are under 3 minutes left in the match. Harder brings it forward. Harder over to Link. Back to Harder. Nice footwork from Harder, and they're going to give another penalty to Barberton. And I believe the ref is going to call for penalty kick. This time, Sam Harder will take it, I imagine. He was the one penalized, or that received the penalty. Taken down from behind in the box. Sam Harder sets it up, goalkeeper ready. He approaches. Oh, off the post, back to Strandberg, back in with a left-footed shot, but Gruber does well to come out and get it. That's not what Harder had planned. Nice alert play by Gruber, the goalie for Barberton, to be aware of that. And here's Malik Harris for Barberton, turning it around. We are about to the 2-minute mark of the match. Enyo Hoxa, keeper for Copley, gets passed back to. He plays it out to Pittman. Pittman up to Madden, turns, brings it forward, over to Harder. Harder brings it forward, and everyone's going hard. Copley wants one last goal. Up to Link. Link, not much of an angle, but he gets it. Left-footed shot. I don't know how he was able to find the angle. From our vantage point, it looked like his best option was to cross it back in front of the goal, but he found it. Great shot by Colin Link, left foot. Sneaks it past the keeper to the right post, which from his perspective was the far post. And now we have a score of Copley 5, Barberton 0, 1 minute and 39 seconds remaining in the match. Onto the field for Copley. We have a couple new players. Nick Carino is onto the field for Copley at that left defensive back position. And then I would think this is Jack Matthew coming on, if I can see his number correctly. Yep, Jack Matthew's onto the field for Copley, as is Caleb Scott. And so is Parker Olin at the right defensive back position. That ball played immediately over the end line. It'll be a goal kick Copley. Parker Olin to Licky, to Harder, to Matthew. Oh, nice dummy move by Karakas. I think he was ready, but Licky probably wasn't. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a Barberton throw with 1 minute remaining in the match. Ball played back to Enyo. Touches it calmly back to Nick Carino, who brings it forward. Oh, Parker Olin called for a little bit of a foul. He was playing aggressively against Dorfler, who's been one of the biggest threats for Barberton. 25 seconds left in the match. Easton Brown plays it in, looking for Adam Jones. Is not able to find his foot. It'll be a goal kick, Copley, and really the clock is going to wind down as we get ready for this goal kick. The score does not really tell the full story. Barberton played a really strong first half, especially on the defensive side. They definitely had a strategy of playing aggressive defense and keeping a lot of guys back, forcing Copley to weave it through and find the perfect opportunity for scoring, which was difficult to do in the first half, a little bit easier in the second half, but aided also by 2 penalty kicks to close out the game. Sam Harder, I believe, had a hat trick. Or no, Sam Harder had 2, Colin Link had 2, and Cam Rubino had 1. Final score, Copley 5, Barberton 0. Have a great evening. Thanks for joining us.